The NFL play got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. 120! Jordy! Topper!
Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, Whittington, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. On play action, Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play. Holding them to no
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10.
Here we go. White. 21.
You got tape.
Bravo.
53.
Say hut.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
I got you. 1, Omaha.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Hey, gun.
Let's go.
2.
Number 52.
53.
Rip right.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, 57 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title battle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
21, 21. Hey! High 7.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run, Devontae Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
13.
From the 41, Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throw.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
21.
53's Mike. Check.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter. Whittington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
53's the Mike.
Check.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Hey, gun. Hey, orbit.
Check. 53's Mike. Check.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Garoppolo throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
21. Here we go. I got you. Hey, wahoo!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to float this. It's caught inside the 25. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 42 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him maybe a yard. Gainer.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Six!
I'm coming after you.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They run the counter. Whittington, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Running right, this is Freeman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we
So
go.
from the 36 now, first and 10.
53, check 53.
First and
Hey,
10
gun,
at
gun.
the 36-yard line.
53 is mine. Check 53 is mine. They gonna need some therapy after this.
White.
53, Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Garoppolo. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
He's crossing. Switch.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All day, pump. Check.
Hey, alert.
53 to Mike.
I got you.
53. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Ridley. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
A 40-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, gun.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Flag.
Let's put that team on the bus.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
53, Mike. I'm not ready.
13.
53 is the Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Yeah, let's get that ball right here. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Pulled in at the 24. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. From the red zone now, Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. 6-6, pull it high. Check 50, check 50. No.
Now a play fake. Wentz. This is caught. An Eagle 1st down, Wentz to Ertz.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that'll boost their lead to 9. It's 17-8. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they got it.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, a nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Ito Smith, his first carry, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage.
65.
But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
53, check. Hey, echo. Right here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Whittington. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Whittington, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. To throw is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
53, Mike, 53. That's right. 11. Check 53. Here we go, D. Check 53, Mike. Hey, Delta. 53, Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
21.
Mike, 53. Mike.
Now Garoppolo. Deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's a fumble, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
One, Omaha. Move.
53, Mike, 53. Here we go.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
21. 2. Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 50. Try to do better. Come on, QB.
Garoppolo to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row. They've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the folk...
Yeah.